Hello and welcome to the fifth and hopefully final installment of the Motorola clock radio. I've got it apart. I took the clock out here, and the plastic, normally it would pop forward. There's two little tabs in there, but I'm not going to mess with that because well, the plastic is 60 years old and I know exactly what's going to happen anyhow, so it's staying in. I took out the speaker, and I also took the front off a little bit. You really can only do this maybe once or twice, but anyway, I'll show you that when I put it back together. But there was quite a bit of gunk in behind. There's a little bit of corrosion here on the edge, so I'll see how I can deal with that. And be very careful with the brass because I don't need to rub anything off on that. The inside is a bit filthy, but that's why we're going to soak it. Right, and I'm also going to be very careful because of I don't want the paint to come off of the Motorola logo because it's glued in there pretty well, and I don't want to mess with trying to take it out. Hopefully I will not regret that decision. The other reason I needed to pry back this open is because there's a cardboard piece behind it and we don't want to get that wet. When I took the speaker out, this is what was inside there. That's probably one of the biggest dust bunnies. In fact, it's almost knitted together. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and fill up the sink here. I'm not sure if I'm just going to I think I'm just going to use a little bit of dish soap. It just needs to be, washed, and that's about it. So I will be back. Okay, it's been soaking now for a while. What I've done here is it's got a couple of nicks in the top, and just like the white Plascon, dirt settles in there. But I don't want to bleach this just because, like I said, I don't want to jeopardize anything else in here. So I'm using a chip brush just to get into the little nooks and crannies in here, and the grill. Let's see, I've got the dial scale, or the dial glass, plastic, whatever, in here. Somewhere in here is a knob. Figured I'd give those a nice little wash too. Alright, let's get rid of those. So, it's looking good. Like I said, I'm just kind of running around in here. I've got turned the oven on to 150, but I'm going to turn it off before I put this in there because I don't know how that plastic there is going to fare. This kind of makes me miss my oven at the farm. It was a nicer oven. But it had a dough rising feature which would turn the convection fan on low and heat the air to 100 degrees. And it was great for drying things, I have to say. So, it's gonna, I just realized I got my hands all wet. And I'm gonna have to hit the stop button on the camera here in a minute. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush this a little bit more and give it a rinse, and then I think we'll move on over to the clock. See a little dirt here. We'll move over to the clock and we'll see what we can do with that. Okay, as I feared, not sure if you could see it or not, but even in just barely enough dishwashing liquid to make some suds, the gold paint on the emblem a little bit came off. There was a shiny coating on it that rinsed right off when I picked it up, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's some little bit of black showing through. So I'm a little disappointed in that. However, lesson learned. We just won't do that ever again, and we will endeavor to remove the Motorola emblem, and the coincidentally the water also softened the plastic. Looks like they just melted the tabs down back here actually. Yeah, it looks like black plastic, which is what's coming through. So, yeah, take the emblem off if you ever do one of these. I will be back. Alright, well, I dried out the cabinet. Used some Novus number 2 and Novus number 1, which is how I got the little mirror shine on the top. I don't have any Novus 3, but I did kind of need it. There's a couple scratches on top of here. I have to admit, I keep tossing remote controls and stuff on top of this, so I guess I should stop doing that. I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's a couple little scratches here and here that just need Novus 3. Here, along with the swirl marks and everything else that you get from these molded resins. You can see the waviness. Came out real nice and clean. I am still a little disappointed in this Motorola logo, which is now silver with some gold bits on it. Apparently these are silver, whatever you call it, however you they do that, silver shiny over plastic. And then it's coated in a golden colored clear something that comes off in dishwater. So I'm not sure what to do with that. I didn't want to mess with the inside. Trying to get that Motorola logo out of there, so I'm gonna have to live with it and live and learn. So definitely want to take that off next time. Guess I missed a couple spots, but I was cleaning it. But it's much cleaner than it was. I even noticed the plastic because it had, you know, swirl marks from being cleaned over the years. The metallic front with the dial scale has got some pits in it. Looks like something got splashed on it. It looks also like somebody had... This was in a room that got painted because I've been kind of poking off paint flecks here and there. Otherwise, it's ready to go. And another thing, I don't know if you can spot this, but just by cleaning it, I don't know if you can see, and there's a little crack on the side there, so definitely we've got to be careful with the plastic. Do not try to pop it out. I mean, I didn't try to pop it out, but it still managed to crack a little bit. Not that you'll be able to see it, but anyhow. So what I think I'm going to do is the motor, or the clock mechanism is... apparently I've got to compete with the clock right now. What do I do with the clock mechanism? Alright, so the clock mechanism here. Well, first I have to change this .047 filter cap there. I do have a safety cap here. It's my last one in that particular size. So I'm going to have to find a way to need $20 worth of parts from the place I normally get this. I guess I could look at Mauser, but some of their products are cheap and some of them are not cheap. And last time I looked at the safety caps, it was one of those places that they seemed twice as much. But anyhow, go into that another time. So I think I'm going to do a separate video for this one because the gears and everything in here are real grungy. The rotor is going to have to be taken out, so I guess I'll do a video. I'm a little disappointed that the dial face is not going to come off of this thing. It's riveted in, and I'm not going to try to deal with that. So definitely the rotor has to be taken off, and then I have to deal with this switch. If it's a switch, I'm not sure if this might actually be the alarm buzzer. I guess I'm unsure. So we'll take a look at how all of this functions. I wiped this down a little bit with some just a dry cloth, and I used a dry Q-tip to deal with the calendar. It wasn't really that dirty, but it was pretty dirty. All the numbers are now nice and clean, so Anywho, I will do that in the next video, and I hope you guys have enjoyed your Sunday. And I guess we're going to do one more. So have a great day, and I guess I'll see you next week. Thanks again.